Good morning, guys. We had a little storm yesterday and got a little bit of rain. It wasn't a lot of rain. I think on my rain gauge it only showed a little over 1/4 of an inch, but the rain was blowing sideways. You can see some limbs down out here. The rain was blowing sideways, and so I probably didn't get a good reading. So it was probably a little bit more than that. And pine straw and limbs blew down. A little bit more. This side out here looks okay. It's a little bit of limbs to pick up. Leaves blowed everywhere. I got soaked. Me and Heidi were out. We went down to get the mail when it started to thunder, and I said, let's run and get the mail in case it rains. It got dark over in the southeast, and it got dark over in the northeast. But there's just a clear shot right through here. I thought, doggone it, we're gonna miss this. And you could hear this thunder rolling. And so I said, well, let's just go get the mail. So we take off. It starts to sprinkling before we got down there. And I guess this here from the northeast kind of was swinging around, I guess. I don't think I can describe it. By the time we got back home, rain was blowing sideways. And we were on the mule, and the rain just comes right on through there. We was getting wet. And I had a chore I had to do real fast. So I went right on through the back, out in the back pasture. We got soaking wet by the time we got back here to the house, and the rain, like I say, was blowing sideways, but it did cool off so much. And we stopped here at the pavilion and sat there, and cushions were blowing off the swing set over there, blowing out across there. Lightweight stuff sitting on that table blowing across. And so anyway, I made a run for the house. Heidi hesitated. She stood there for a long time. When I got over here, I says, come on, you got to go in. So she finally come running, and I dried her off, and we went in the house. And I went and took a hot shower, changed clothes. And she said, you see the front yard? I said, I haven't looked. So she said, well, go look at the front yard. So we're going to walk around there right now. Okay, in the front yard, you can see a big limb right here come out of that sycamore tree. And you see a big limb out there by my tractor come down out of that oak. And you see behind my brown truck, you can see something black leaning up the side. That's a big cage that was set up on sawhorses. I guess a crate. I guess you call it a crate. In case you need to take a goat or something to the vet, you stick them in that crate. But it blew it off and blew into the back of my truck. It didn't hurt my truck none. And there's some smaller limbs, but look over here. Look at there, look at my wishing well. Ain't gonna be no wishes today. I'll have to get out here and stand that thing back up in a little bit. It's heavy, but I'll get it back up. But anyway, that's just some of the damage. I haven't been in the back to see if anything's back there, any limbs or trees on the fences. I will go back this morning and check all that, and I'll take you with me. We'll just kind of check for damages. But the wind was blowing hard. It blew sideways. And if you look at that wisteria there, that's in that frame is bent. That little frame that goes up and holds that wisteria up, it's bent and it's leaning over. Because all the weight of that wisteria is at the top. Now our plan is that frame over there you see beside my truck, on this side of my truck. At one time, we talked about making us a greenhouse out of it. And then we decided, no, we're not going to do that because we don't need nothing that big for a greenhouse. If I have a greenhouse, it'd be real small. And I'll probably build one. Hey, Ben, how you doing, bud? Can you stand that back up?
I can try.
Look at here. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Look at that. Old Ben's a bull. Thank you so much, son. I'm just sitting there talking about it. It's going to be hard for me to do. And you come along. Yeah, I'll stabilize it. That's good. Thank you. Awesome. Go in and make you some breakfast. I'll take care of all that. That's easy. Go make you some breakfast.
Oh, no, I already ate this morning.
You already ate?
Yeah. I got here early. Jake and I were going to do some stuff early because I have to do some stuff later.
Oh, okay.
But he won't get out of bed.
Ben, come early.
Bree and I have called him multiple times. I've knocked on the door.
Oh, I know, yeah.
He won't get out of bed.
Yeah, I know. And he wanted you to come early so y'all could work early, and he's still asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jake. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like it was a hurricane.
Well, we had a hard wind. It blew hard.
Yeah, I looked on the radar. It wasn't a very big storm.
No, it wasn't. It didn't rain much
But
either.
it was strong.
But it rained hard, but the rain was sideways.
Yeah, it was a powerful little storm.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but there's like 3 different there's limbs, leaves all down the road. There's 3 trees snapped in the tail.
Yeah, Jill said when she got Coda, she saw there's trees down places and some limbs, a lot of limbs on the road and stuff.
2 trees down by Judy Coon's house.
Oh, wow.
But
We didn't lose power. I'm so thankful we didn't lose power.
mostly just limbs and leaves, though.
Yeah.
A lot of leaves fell off the trees.
Thank you for picking that back up. I appreciate that.
Just imagine if we get a real hurricane.
Oh, yeah. Man, nobody's prepared for a real hurricane no more. You know, we go so many years in between them.
The last one we had was 15 years ago.
Yeah, and people forget, you know, they forget how dangerous they are and how strong they are.
I mean, you want to count Harvey, but that was just water. I mean,
Harvey was mainly, for us, just the rain, you know, the water.
Corpus Christi, Port Aransas, that area got the actual wind.
Oh, yeah, down on the coast, they got beat up bad. Up here, it's mainly just rain.
The last real high wind hurricane we had was Ike in 2008.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tell these folks a story about one we had, and I can't remember the name of it, back in 82 or something like that. Alicia? Okay. Oh, Ben.
1983.
Ben is, yeah, okay, 83. Ben is like a dictionary, folks. Now, I'm serious. You can say something and Ben can give you a date. And not everybody can do that. And if you'll look it up, he'll be accurate. Not everybody can do that. I can't for sure. I can't remember yesterday. But I'll tell you guys a story about that storm and Lester and me and some things we had done right before the storm and how it affected us. I'll tell you all that. Ben said it was in 1983. Lester would have been 13. Okay. I'd been looking for a Jersey calf. I wanted a little Jersey calf to raise into a milk cow. I wanted to, raise her myself. And I finally, you used to have a lot of dairies here around this area, but they all have went out of business. But I located one in Navasota. That's about a 2-hour drive. And so I took my G and I, and Lester wanted to go. We put a bale of hay in the back of the truck. Had some stock frames. It's like if you don't know what a stock frames are, you can let her out if you want to. She'll bark if you don't. It's like a pen, you might say, on the back of a truck, built on the back of a truck. And we drove out to Navasota, and then the guy had 2 little heifers. So I bought both of them, and he made me a good deal on them. And he said, I got a little bull. Just take that little bull. I don't want him. I didn't need a bull. I didn't want to raise Jersey calves. I just wanted a milk cow. But anyway, he said, I don't want to fool with it. It's just a day old. So we put 3 calves in the back of that truck with Lester. Lester wanted to ride in the back. And by the time we got back to Plum Grove 2 hours later, he had them little guys just following him around like they belonged to him. He just petted them all the way home. But I'd built 3 little, I'd built one, but we come home, we built 2 more little portable pens, and we set them up about where Bree's house is. And that storm was still away from us a day or 2. These little portable pens had a little roof on them and like a little open area, and like their little feed troughs and everything was built on the inside of the little covered area. They were portable. You could move them around. Like if they started, getting a little nasty in there, we just pick them up and just walk them to a fresh place. And that was all pasture then. That storm hit in the middle of the night, and the next morning we looked out. Those pens were gone. Yeah, they were gone. And the little calves, though, it didn't hurt them. They had, when the pins just started kind of rolling, they'd rolled all the way over about where Lester's sanctuary is. And it is up on next to the fence. They rode all the way to a fence and just laid up on that fence. And those little calves that went over out here to the barn on their own and took shelter in the old big barn. And it scared me to death. I thought, oh no, that storm done got them baby calves. But it hit right in the middle of the night. And I mean, it was blowing sideways too. It was crazy. And it blew part of the roof off my old barn. But anyway, the calves are fine and we got them set back up. It was scary. I thought we'd lost them little calves. And then later on, I was able to sell the little bull and to a guy up the road. And anyway, my schedules got so busy at school, the calves were growing up, and I give them to my dad. I give both of them to him, and he said, well, he'd make milk cows out of them. And they were good and gentle. And but it wasn't too long after I gave them to my dad, he got sick. He had cancer. And he passed away. And they were down there in the pasture there, right where Kim lives now. That's where he lives. And my neighbor over by where the greenhouse is now, her name was Joyce. At about 10:30 or 11 o'clock one night, she called me, and I was working at school teaching. And she called me, she says, Gene, I think one of your dad's little calves must be, or young cows are hung up in the fence. She says, I can hear a horrible noise over there. So I jump up, because I didn't want to bother my mom. And I take off down there, and the calves are standing there beside the barn. There's nothing wrong with them. They were just standing there. And then all of a sudden I heard this noise, and what it was, it was Doc. He lived on the other side of Kim over there, and he was on the back porch, sitting on the steps, playing an electric guitar. It was the most horrible noise you ever heard in your life. And I started laughing, and I come back home, and I called Joyce. I says, Joyce, the calves are okay. She says, well, what was that noise? I says, that's Doc over there playing his guitar. She says, my God. I'll never forget it. Yeah, that's the way he played. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off and get in. G just got up, Ben went in to get some breakfast, and I'm going to go in and talk with him for a little bit. I'll put something else on here later on, guys. All right, guys, I got a lot of stuff to do here. And I've been just waiting. Miracle's waiting. Everybody's waiting for me to come feed. And then I'm going to pick up the yard. I'm going to feed up first. Get them guys all happy. Then we're going to come back and start picking up this yard. Okay? What do you think, Kip? What do you think, Kippy? Heidi hadn't come out yet. She's eating breakfast. Oh, but Gerald filled a little food full of leaves, sand. At least, it's going to be humid today. I'm going to tell you what, Ben, you'll come by and say, it's going to be so hot and humid. And him and Jake were supposed to have an early morning job, and he can't get him to wake up. Bree calls, can't get him to answer the phone, so he said, I'm going to go back over. If you don't come out, I'm going back home. I ain't going to wait all day. So, anyway, Ben did stand up my little wishing well for me. And I'll pick up my limbs here in just a second. Feeding up. I took Billy and them a bale of hay yesterday to the lake. I see him down there on it this morning. He was so excited. So excited. The least little bit of rain, just a little bit, puts a little green tint back to the pasture. Now it's not tall enough to eat, but a little bit of a green tint to it. And there's a chance we may get some more this evening, and a little shower or two maybe come through. Hang on, Bill. Hello, got a longhorn in here this morning. Oh, one of Lester's heifers. You know, when they worked on that old fence back there, they didn't they tore down a lot of fence and we patched up some of it, but she's evidently found a place to get in. She won't back out. I'll get Bree and Jake, try to take her home here in a little bit. She's fine. She's fine right now. She ain't hurt nothing. But she wants to go back. Probably open this gate and she go right on back down to the sanctuary. So I'm gonna leave this gate open. I bet she does. I'll watch her, make sure she don't go nowhere else. Come on, baby. Come on, baby girl. Come on. Come on, baby girl. Let's go. Up here. You go back home. Hello. Hello. Up here. She may go back to where she got in at. All right. We're going to go back and feed the cows in the back and put out some cues for them and see if there's any damage. I see a limb down right yonder too. There could be something floating on the fence. Well, let's go. I'll be back. I got y'all's on there. I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry. Papa's coming back. Yeah, at least a little bit of rain puts a little bit of tint to the grass. Not tall enough they can eat, but it's put a little tint to it. Look at float stuff all over here. For the fire pile, I guess. I'll be picking up stuff out here for a while, probably. Yeah, she may, well, she sees my cows, so she may be going over to hang out with them, but she may be going back where she got in at. I'm going to feed mine right up here on the shade. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's go, people. Oh, they're going to fight. I don't guess she's probably coming in heat. Probably not. Moses is not messing with her. Let's go, people. Oh, princess, you're a pain in the butt too. All y'all pains in the butts. That's what Papa thinks. That's what I think. Pains in the butts. Just a pain in the butt. You better hurry up, girl. What about you, little one? What about you? Are you gonna be a pain in the butt too? I'm glad to see you babysitting or helping out, son. That's a father's responsibility. Yeah, look at her. She's going back down that corner. I bet that's where she come in at. Because those guys, they were clearing that property. They come over and cleared some for Lester over here on his part. They tore the fence down. I put a cow panel up over the hole they left. But I bet she's found another spot over somewhere along that fence line. So she'll probably go back out. I'm gonna leave that gate open up there for a while. And if she comes back up that way, boy, look, some big old limbs Jake lost out of that tree. That might be one of the oldest trees on our property, guys, right there in that corner. It was a big tree when I was a little bitty boy. My dad sat there all his life. I'll leave that gate open and she may come back up and go out, you know. And she go back down to the sanctuary. I'll watch for her though. I'll be outside. Get your old thick butt out of the way. Hey, little one. I'm glad to see your dad's taking part in raising you. It's about time. He ignored you for a few days. Hey, I don't deal with kids, Papa. I don't deal with kids very well. I know. I know. I don't deal with kids. You try to get kids up from under her? Oh, Billie Jean, Billie Jean, Billie Jean. All right, I gotta go. I got chores to do. I can't sit out here with you guys all day. I can't sit out here all day with y'all. I got chores to do. Right, Kippy? We got things to do. Heidi was eating breakfast and didn't come out with me, so she'll be waiting when I get back. Let's go get a bunch of big old trees. Fell out of that tree. Big old limbs. I don't see her. She already went back. Now I see her going down to the woods. Barely see something moving. She's walking that fence line. She's gonna find where she got in and she'll go back out probably. Alright, you know, that rain was a 1/4 inch rain in my gauge, but the thing is, it was blowing sideways, so it may have been a little bit more than that, being the rain gauge can't hardly collect it if it's going sideways. Every little bit will help, and I'm thankful for every drop we got. It settled the dust, and it cooled things off so nice yesterday. And it may not have been enough to do a lot out here on these ridges, on these hills, but it will help here in the low areas like this right in here. We'll keep this grass green in the shaded low areas. And there's a chance we may get more today. And that's what we're hoping for. I think some of you folks in Florida may be getting one in next week. Want something brewing down there. They talk about going to Florida. I hope it's not severe like that last one you guys got. Maybe it'll give you the rain you might need. I see a big limb out over there too. It smells good after rain, even though it was yesterday evening. It smells so good back here. It's a good fresh smell. It's not that old dry, dusty smell. We're going to head on back and feed Ivan and Miracle and the goats. And I got to go in and love on Cuddles for a few minutes before I can clean up that yard. You know, Cuddles comes first. In fact, Cuddles is not going to let me forget it. She's not going to let me forget she comes first. She'll be at that gate when I come through and wants to come out in the yard. I'm going to let her out in the yard one day. She's gone. I'll just open the gate and say, come on, baby. Come on. We'll play. And she'll come out in the yard and hang out with me, I guarantee you. And she'll come home and say, what's that goat doing that? Eating on my shrubs. I'll say, baby, the fence is down. No. I'll be honest. I'll say, I'll let her out to play. That little one down there with the big herd. Look at me with this herd. Well, that's a tarpolia. It blew that tarp out of that trailer. See, another one over almost blew out. So I'll pick these back up, put it back in the trailer. They'll go up into my shed, my shop, first day I have time to come down and get them. Some big limbs blew out down here too. Wow, come out of that big tree over here, that big sweet gum. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, someone was asking about some of these trees we have around our house today. I don't know if I mentioned, these are called tallow trees. Chinese tallow trees. They're actually a invasive species. If left unattended, they will take over your pastures and choke out all your grass. They make good little shade trees. They do. They grow fast, very fast. You can see them there. We got several around our homes up here. They grow fast. They can do a lot of good shades, but they are invasive, very invasive. If left unattended, they'll spread and just take over, like all these little trees here. As you can see, all the way down through here. Those were left unattended, and they sprouted, and now they're all trees, and they'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. Hey, you two. I got your food. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut this video off. I'm gonna try to get out to you this afternoon, which will be Friday evening. go to Rendezvous later on. I was going to put on this video, but I've got too much already on this video. I have Rendezvous tonight. I'm going to take those pickles that my friend Steve sent me. Let them boys test them. Burn them up. Anyway, we'll do that tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and close this off. So you guys, thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, like, share. I love you guys. Y'all take care.